boot fans, welcome in. Today we're going to be looking at the adidas 11Pro range. Right here we got the battle pack on the left and we got the Samba version on the right. We're going to compare both of these, take a look at what each has got to offer and how Adidas has modified the World Cup version of the boot. Before we do kick off, I would appreciate if you guys give Soleplate 101 a subscribe if you haven't before. And if you're so inclined before the video is ended, I would definitely appreciate any likes you can offer. Alright, let's take a look at the Battle Pack version first, since it's a newer release. And it's got a lot of modifications to it. It's got that 50-50 black-white design that's featured on all of the Battle Pack boots. You get this kind of like black wave design across the front with the stitching. It kind of comes towards the center of the boot on both sides, some more symmetrical. Sharper pointed configuration, styling. On the side you get the Adidas 3 stripe that's in this burnt red colorway. It gives a lot of pop to the side of the boot. Turn around to the heel, you get your 11 Pro hit with the number 14, which represents the year 2014, and the same applies inside the boot. Same tongue as we see on the Samba design. It's just the actual aesthetics are a little bit different. And we flip it over and you got your comfort sole plate. So this is the Battle Pack version. And right away I'm just going to turn it over again and show you that everything is the same between this and the Samba version. You know, the Samba version is pretty dirty. I've been using these for wear testing. But you can tell everything is the same. It's the same comfort frame on both boots, which is important to note. And we flip it over. I mean, the main difference is primarily this stitching along the forefront of the boot. And on the Samba version, which was kind of like the original release of this 11 Pro version of the boot, it's got that diamond style stitching with the two layers going one way and a single the opposite direction. So I'd give it a more of an old school feel. And then this version has been modified to look a little bit more modern. You get those sharper angles, that like arrow style design coming towards the center of the boot. And then you'll kind of notice the upper on both boots is a Taurus leather upper. So it's pretty soft right out of the box. But you'll notice on this version, which didn't apply in any of the other 11 Pro versions, is you can see this kind of like raised texture. It's very minimal, but I mean, if it helps in any way, it's going to help with control and touch on the ball. But it is like a 3D kind of textured feel. But again, it's very light, and that kind of runs through the inner portion of the boot along the instep. You can kind of see it along here again. Then the other big change is the heel, where on the Samba version we had this like synthetic material with the 11 Pro hit, and they just have removed that. It was one of the things that a lot of people kind of criticized or didn't like about the boot, and they've removed that and they've made it a little bit more streamlined, and it doesn't stand out as much, which in my opinion is definitely an improvement. In terms of weight between both boots, the Samba version, it weighs in about the 9 ounce, 9.2 ounce mark, and this Battle Pack version weighs in at 8.5 ounces. And a lot of that has to do with this heel. It really does. I mean, that's where they've kind of like modified everything, and the removal of the synthetic has definitely allowed them to drop a little bit more weight. Inside the boot, you get a suede lining, which is pretty nice. Keeps your foot in place. You can see it in there. It's a synthetic around the heel, which I found to be a little bit slippy on the Samba as I was testing them. It breaks in nicely, but through the first few wears it has a little bit of a slippy feel to it. The sole plate itself, as I said, the comfort sole plate is very flexible. This is designed to be a comfort boot. They're designed to be worn right out of the box. They are a wide fitting boot as well. If you take a look at the forefoot, with the ability to stretch a little bit. The Taurus does have some, gives you some opportunities to stretch across the forefoot if you've got a wider fit, which is nice. Obviously, Adidas keeping things pure with this one. They have removed the Adi Pure name, so it's just the Adidas 11 Pro, which is obviously an interesting twist. And then the final thing to note is there is no mic coach on these boots. That has been removed. It was also removed on the Samba version. So there you have it, guys. There's these two boots. Compare these two 11 Pro versions side by side. Before you leave, obviously I'd appreciate a like again, but I also want you guys to leave me a comment down below. I want to know which version you prefer. Do you prefer the Samba version or do you prefer the battle pack? It's that simple. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. I'll be getting involved in your conversation. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching.